Okay, so here we are interviewing Shishi around her pleasure portal, the pleasure portal program. And I want to know about, overall about the pleasure portal, but also the word pleasure for you and the word portal, because that's actually your definition. You want to say something with that. So when you say pleasure, what do you mean in this title and this program, pleasure?
So pleasure is like receptive. It's like this open, soft kind of state where you're completely not resisting any part of yourself. So it's like a melting. For me, pleasure is this kind of melting, opening, ready to receive, ready to kind of be in, not even ready, but just in it. It's like you're just in this receptive, beautiful oneness with your body. And that's where the portal feels so important, because it's pleasure as a portal to more of yourself. So the more that you practice pleasure, the more that you practice being in that state, the more that you will connect with who you are, the essence of who you are, without the limitations, the tension, the beliefs, the habits, the addictions, whatever it is. So the deeper we go into that state of pleasure, the more we know our true self. And that is where pleasure as a portal was born, through my practice of pleasure, of understanding what pleasure actually does for me, how it supports me, how it's transformed me. Oh wow, it's been this really powerful, like, daily practice to come home even deeper to my body, getting into my body, stopping from looking outside all the time, if we're not turning inwards. So it's like this powerful reclamation of turning inwards to see, feel, know, journey into myself.
It's very beautiful. So it's also like, I do understand portal now, because it's like pleasure, the feeling of pleasure, the cultivating of pleasure, or sitting in pleasure, whatever you do, it's like that's like a stepping stone, right? Instead of just I want pleasure, but I also want what you're talking about. I want the next level. I want self-realization almost, right? Because when you say oneness, it's like a deep, deep state that you're entering through this pleasure portal.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and you really feel everything that comes up. Like, pleasure shows you where you're resisting pleasure. And that's where it can be hard, that's the truth of it, because we have been taught to resist that oneness, haven't we? We're separate. This is, this is how we work. We look outwards, we make things happen, instead of feeling what already is and going deeper into that. So it's okay if there's a resistance to pleasure. And it's okay if you still feel resistance to pleasure as you keep working with it.
Yeah.
That means that you're healing that resistance, you're really meeting that resistance. So when people talk about pleasure, you don't have to immediately know it, but there'll be a pull towards that state, like, oh yeah, okay, I want to feel more at one with myself. You don't have to know it really well to be able to journey with it.
No.
For me, I had a really, really disconnected association with pleasure. And it was more around addiction for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, well, pleasure is addiction, and more, and give me more of that thing, because I need to still feel in this state, like I need it. Whereas because that's like an out of body experience, isn't it? That we want to like get out of our bodies because we don't feel safe in our bodies. And this is what pleasure does for us as women. It helps us to feel more and more safe and in our bodies and coming home. We always say that it's like it's coming home in to the body. Like the body is not separate from the soul. It's that oneness. We don't have to like look out or disconnect from to find. It's like this deep unification of this sacredness of your body and how it is a vessel to connect deeper with the divine within you.
Yeah.
In a body, having this powerful human experience is that we can feel all these things that we wouldn't be able to feel if, you know, when we're just soul or spirit. So it's like, wow, let's really go into that and feel what's possible for you, what's possible for me, what's possible for us when we go deeper. And then the question is, wow, what am I going to find when I go deeper? More of your creativity, more of your essence, more of your soul's expression, more of your truth, more of your bliss and your love and your abundance, because you're embodying it, and then you're creating it in this physical way. Your body is your physical expression of that. And then that, I mean, there are so many layers, and that's where the
portal,
it's like you're journeying through this portal.
Step by step, right?
It's beautiful. It's so
Look.
powerful. I know. Whoa!
I was like,
what it is.
Yeah. And also when you say portal, I'm associating with, and you say journey, it's like there's this step and then the next step, and it's endless. You can find yourself in your own essence even deeper and deeper, right?
Yeah.
So it's ongoing. Yeah. It's very beautiful. And I think it's very profound. I want in.
I love this. And it can be a journey for you in your own way as well. And this is what, you know, I stand so strongly for this, is that your experience is different to mine. You know, what you are going to receive is going to be different to me, and what you need is different to me. But when we're holding that together in this powerful space of like, we are journeying together for our highest good, each of our highest good, whoever comes into the space, is so powerful because we learn from each other. And this is what I keep saying, because each time I journey with women, I learn more about myself, they learn more about themselves, and it's just a spiral. So the portal also for me is a spiral. It's like this never ending, like deeper and deeper and deeper, you know, higher and higher, whichever way you want the spiral, you know, it's kind of doing this.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. Yeah, I feel that when you say that. But you also do that in some of your, I can see the videos, it's like you're doing this, or like this, there's something you're doing this. Yeah,
there's a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's like this, you know, the rose as well, and we'll journey with the rose. The rose, this is what the rose symbolizes.
And this is, even though there are that many petals and then it stops, but energetically you feel like you keep opening, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Layer. It's like, oh, more petals, more petals.
No, and there is no limit to it as well, which, you know, we journey through these steps so that we can have a limit, because I think it's good to practice having a limit, isn't it, when you're coming into a new space and you're healing.
A limit and a frame and
a frame, and holding in a container, which is what this program is. It's the container where you know that you're held and we're doing this together, and there is a limit. But when you when you kind of journey on through the portal and into your life and into, you know, whatever comes out of that, it's just like, you know, that pleasure experience can become the spine of your whole, you know, life, because once you know how to connect in and how to kind of heal through your sexual energy as well, which is what pleasure is, you know, this receptive openness to your sexual energy. It's supporting your sexual energy to thrive. It's not stopping it, it's not saying no, it's not suppressing it, it's not shutting it down. Pleasure is saying yes, 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 yes.
Beautiful.
That is just, it's like,
Yeah,
that is so on point. I feel
yeah.
I keep going like
I mean,
this.
you do control the digital world, don't you? And when you're saying portal, my association is, and you can, is sort of like very literal, also the portal of the opening in the yoni, but it can also maybe be other openings in your body, or can it also be like a portal to more galactic, cosmic, whatever? I mean, is that also like a multi-layered thing when you say portal?
Yeah, and I think you will align with what you need, and that's kind of what I mean by the portal is your portal to explore. Like if you're looking, or your soul looks to connect with more of that galactic energy, that will happen for you. If it's time for you to connect more with your yoni and open to that beautiful
physical,
of the rose that just helps you to have a really physical awakening, then there, or your heart,
or your mouth, or what, or is it just the body, wherever the portal is?
It's your body. It's coming home to your body as a safe place to enter these different portals that are connected through your body, and spiritually, you know, your soul and your mind, kind of marrying them all together. But I think of the body as a portal.
Yeah, beautiful.
Like to everything, because that's your experience as a human. It happens in the, you know, in the body, and when you go deeper, you have deeper connections, deeper realizations, deeper like inspirations and activations. So it will be what you need.
Beautiful. Thank you.